Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Tuesday, January 28th, 2014. Well, yesterday's news, new home sales missed the bogey that was the consensus bogey that was set, and so did the Dallas Fed Manufacturing Survey, but apparently, I guess it, the way that it was written up, it was like, well, it's still positive. At least it's not negative number. So we'll see what happens today with durable goods orders at 8:30 a.m. And then at 9, Case-Shiller HPI, and then 10 o'clock, consumer confidence. I guess if you have money, you have confidence. If you don't, if you can't buy anything, then I guess you don't. So I don't know who they call to find out about that, but we'll see what that number looks like tomorrow. All right, let's take a look at what's happening across the ponds over in Asia. Kind of mixed, although the bearish number is not that big. The couple bullish numbers here are at least bigger than the bearish ones. And in Europe, it's all green across the board, and pretty solidly so, I must say. Over here, we're seeing going to be a big gap up at the open this morning. Although Tom Sosnoff in his email this morning said that it's just a head fake. Of course, he's always, he loves to short. So he's always bearish, I guess you might say. And he gets beat up a lot in a bull market with that general overall stance. But I think that he probably trades both sides. But this is what we're looking at this morning. And then in gold, 1250 level that we always keep an eye on. At least lately, we're back down to it with a sunk heavy overnight, and crude oil is at 96 and down a tad from the 97, almost 98 that it has been lately. So that's good, and that's just off the top of my head. I'm not looking at a chart for that. And then before I forget, I wanted to just take a peek at last week. And here is the results from last week, and the only thing that we had was that Apple trade. And it only lasted a day, and it cost us $210. All right. And then we have this week. I can take that away now. There. Then we have this week, and the only thing that we are in right now from a credit spread system, a CSS trade, I guess you could say, is this Apple, where I just took a guess. That's not really a CSS trade. I just took a guess at the direction, and it worked out well, I guess you could say. You look here. Apple's earnings last night, disappointed. They just sort of had the feeling, there's just no, I don't hear about any rumors about anything in the pipeline or anybody stealing iPhones in bars or any of that kind of stuff. Is there an iPhone 6? Is there, what's next? Eyeglasses? I don't know. iCars, it just doesn't seem to be anything out there right now. There's no big rumors or anything either. And then yesterday we were looking at Amazon, Boeing, and Russell, and we'll take a look at Amazon. Let me get rid of this other chart here. Just go to a single. Amazon did give us a hook on the stochastic, but we didn't get one on the MACD, so we're going to wait another day on that. Boeing, I'm sure we'll get a green hookup today with the way the market's looking. Same thing here. We had a green hookup on the stochastic, but nothing on the MACD yet. So we'll wait on that one. We have earnings. I think I'm going to just forget about this because we can't get a decent play in before this happens. And we only have a day for that, so I'm taking them off the list. And then the Russell, we don't have to worry about earnings there. We did not get a hookup on the Russell, but it's still on our list. Amazon's earnings are when? Thursday, it looks like. Yeah. And I'm not real excited about doing any trades anyway, because I have to be out for Friday as it is. Okay, so I'm going to take, I want to watch Amazon anyway. I might be able to do a, maybe, like a 2-day trade on that if it does its thing. So we'll still keep an eye on that one. And because of the pullback in gold as far as the account is concerned here, remember I was watching that on my other chart here. Let's get to it. I was watching that 134 option. It's not going to do anything. I'm quite sure about that. It's at 27 cents right now. I'm not going to spend the money to do a call on that at this point. It's going to cost me $1.25 to get, and it'll be down to almost $25. I don't know. I guess it's better than nothing. Should have done it when it was me. No, it hasn't actually changed that much. If we look at it here, the range. Let's see, high 27, 27, 27. We're looking up here. All across the board yesterday, just didn't do anything. So I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. That's a long time to sit on $26, All right, let's jump over to the A+ list and get our scan fired up here. Okay, here we have Apple, which definitely is going to be setting up because this red line is going to plunge down here, and we'll see what happens today. I think we're going to get a trend reversal there, though. Right, set it up over there so I can use my down arrow. All right, Amazon. As we talked about before, we got the hook up on the stochastic, but not on the MACD. All right, same thing with Boeing, Baidu. We didn't quite get up here where we needed to be. This number here is just at 70. That's not good enough. Well, it's got to be above 70. Give me a break. CELG might be setting up. I'll put a little target on there. Just to draw my eyes to it for the next scan. Chipotle. Still sinking. We have earnings coming up. Not interested in anything there. We don't have a solid red down from high enough over here on Costco. But we might be here. We're looking for a target up here. So this would be a bear call. So we're looking for a solid green up here and then a hook down. Chevron, I'm not sure I'm going to keep them on my list, but we'll keep an eye on it. So we're looking for one up here. Igor, still not sure what's going on there. That was a dividend. FedEx, we already looked at that one. Anything going on with gold? Okay, so we are still technically in a downtrend here. However, it's starting to flatten out here, and our exponential has hooked up. Sort of an early warning system there. Google, we have earnings coming up this week. Anybody want to take a shot at a direction on Google? But anyway, we could have a hook here, which could be playable, but maybe overnight or something. So that is on a setup list. IWM, it is also setting up. But we have a little concern here.
I got 50 coins.
You
I only got 50 coins.
50 coins, okay. Don't know if you heard that. Let's see here. Alright, we could be setting up here, just not really sure about that. It looks weak. LinkedIn, nothing going on there. MasterCard, nothing going on there. 3M, we have earnings coming up. A lot of moving averages turning over here. Netflix, still hanging in there. Still waiting for the next wave. Priceline, we have a possible setup coming here. And no earnings in sight, so that's a good thing. Alright, and then the Russell should look a lot like IWM. And I'll be darned, it does. So we have a setup, and the moving average bent over too. So that may or may not be a setup. And here we, come on. That did it to me again. Everything was working just fine. Boy, that irritates me. Alright, so where did we go to here? We went to 70.58. Not good enough. Tesla. Setting up. And then finally, Visa. And it is setting up as well. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks a heap for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.